had this conversation before on the podcast. Knowing, given the fact this is like episode 140 or something like that.
140?
Yeah, we've been doing this for a while, a couple years now. So I'm sure this is something we've talked about before. But I was curious because I was thinking about it. A shower thought the other day. I was thinking about it in the shower.
Shower thoughts.
I was thinking about, like, would you ever use a fleshlight?
I think we have talked about this.
We have talked about this? All right. We'll just answer the question real quick. Would you ever use it?
Are you asking me, would I ever
Yeah, would you ever use it?
Shouldn't you ask me first, have I ever?
Well, have you ever? Have you?
A fleshlight? No.
Oh, okay.
A fake vagina molded after a porn star's vagina? Yes.
Wait, really? I know we haven't talked about this.
I did.
What is this?
I did.
Go into it. Let's do it.
It goes in the dishwasher. It's dishwasher safe. It's dishwasher safe. There's a little trap door. You can empty the reservoir.
You didn't put it in the dishwasher, though, did you? Did you? So now your dishwasher's covered in spunk. So now every time you clean your dishes...
It was a long time ago, and it was a weird phase in my life. And, yeah.
Can you tell what porn star was it?
It was a gift. It was given to me as a gift. It was never
used. It's always a gift.
It was never used.
Liar.
No, it was... No, it was never used before me.
Okay, I was going to say,
It was never used before me. No.
So who was it, though? Like...
I don't remember the porn star's name, but it was like her picture on the package. A friend of mine gave it to me as a birthday gift. It was funny. Everybody laughed, but I was intrigued. And you know what? And you're supposed to like... I didn't like it.
It didn't feel like the real thing?
No. It's like rubbery and it was like cold. You're supposed to like put hot water and like gel on to make it warm. And I didn't do that.
Oh,
and
you
I
just
felt like I should have. No, I lubed it, but it came with its own lube too. But dishwasher safe was the funniest part to me.
Did you actually put it in the dishwasher?
Yeah, dude. But I don't have it anymore. Funny story, what happened to it, I kept it hidden in like a false ceiling tile in my in my closet of my house that I grew up in with my parents, and I had moved out and I didn't take it with me. I left it there because like, what the fuck am I gonna do with it? Like, how do I explain this one to my wife? And my mother found it and threw it away.
Didn't tell you like,
no,
hey, I found your spunk light.
Let me just say it wasn't all that I kept, and she mentioned it to my sister and Brandon brought it up to me. He's like, so your mom found your stash. Like, I had some weed in there, and I had some other porn, and God only knows what. It was a long time ago. But, yeah, my mom found my stash and threw it all away. My bowl was in there. I was really mad about that. My bowl, and she threw my bowl away.
Your bowl and your vagina.
My fake porn star vagina. That's embarrassing. I've never talked to my mom about it.
Okay, would you... All right. It's going to lead into another question. Before I lead into the other question, I'm going to answer the question myself. Okay. No, I have never done it before. Yes, I absolutely would try, just to see what it feels like. I would 100% absolutely fuck a fleshlight just to see what it feels like.
I imagine it's not much different than the fake vagina that I fucked.
No, I mean, it's the old Zach and Miri make a porno thing where it's like, oh, yeah, I fucked the fleshlight, and then the Miri guys are like, oh, what did it feel like? It felt like fucking a flashlight.
Fucking right. That's who it was. It was Katie Morgan. That's who the porn star was. Yeah, you just jogged my memory by saying Zach and Miri. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, but let's go into this other question then. Would you ever fuck a sex doll? And I don't mean like one of those blow up like cheap ones. I'm talking like one of those Japanese made, high quality, cost thousands of dollars, like sex dolls. Not because you're into it, just because somebody sends. Let's say somebody sends you a sex doll.
Just like my fake vagina.
Yeah, your wife and kids are on vacation for a week. For whatever reason, they're without you. You're home alone, and somebody sends you a sex doll. It arrives at the door. Yeah. Do you close the blinds and then put on some music, or do you throw it away?
I don't think I throw it away. I think there's probably other uses. I don't think that situation would ever occur, but hypothetically, if it did,
it's a hypothetical situation.
I feel like I fucked fake vagina once. It's no different than this.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's where I'm at too. Like
yeah.
I'm like, oh, somebody sent me a sex doll. Let's close the blinds, turn the lights down, and set the mood.
I think most males in America, when you get like a gift from anyone, I think one of the first questions that goes through your mind is, how can I fuck it?
You're not wrong. I mean, sex leads the world. Like, if it wasn't for internet porn, the internet wouldn't exist, so...
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So, that's an interesting thought. I don't think I'd ever get my hands on one of those, like 21st century sex dolls that speaks Japanese to you.
It shoots lasers out.
Yeah.
Everything.
The tits actually lactate. No,
that's a little weird right there.
They exist.
Lactating tits?
They exist. The Japanese are weird, man.
I mean, all right. I've not indulged in, but I have seen. Look,
here we go.
When you're watching,
tread the
when
fine
you're
line.
on Pornhub, all right. I'm a single guy. When you're
What's it called?
Pornhub.
Okay.
I'm a single guy, so I peruse Pornhub from time
Never
to
heard
time.
of her.
And every now and then, if I'm browsing for something I want to watch, I'll see something that looks really weird, and I think to myself, I'm not. It's not my thing, but I've never seen this before. I've gotta look and see what the fuck is going on. And I don't remember the context of what the video was, but there was like, it was like a dildo, but it was a dildo that could shoot spunk. And apparently that was a thing. I don't know if it's a thing, like it's meant to be like for fantasy purposes or for like women who are like cam girls or something like that. But it was a dildo for the purposes of shooting spunk. And I guess that's weirder than the lactating nipples. So
I almost wish this conversation was like mid or end podcast, because poor people, like, they're going to start listening to this and we're going to open up with this. Like, this is how FYD opens the week. We're talking about fucking inanimate things.
Do you know what's going to happen is they're going to start listening to this and they're going to start thinking about it, and all the guys are going to immediately stop the podcast and go to Pornhub. There's going to be like, I want to like rate. I wish I could like rate like the amount of people that would stop the podcast right now and go to Pornhub because they're thinking about it and then restart the podcast.
Pornhub should send us jackets.
I know, right?
Like,
would you wear a Pornhub jacket if they sent it to you? Would you wear one?
If I was cold.
I mean, I'd think about it. I would honestly think about like, yeah, I'll wear a Pornhub jacket. Fuck it, why not? I'd wear it to school and to work. Like, 100%. 100%.
What's a PA? Oh, this is my old letter jacket. I went to Pocono Horseman High School. Okay.
Oh, I thought it was a shower thought, and I was thinking about it. I think I'd watch Zach and Miri make a porno is what it was, and I was thinking about fleshlights. Yeah. So, we're back, Scott.
Hey, we are.
We are back. We are back in the act, ready to go. How you doing?
I'm doing well.
Doing great this week?
Doing well, yep. Putting one foot in front of the other, getting through the week.
It's been a great week, I think. I think it is.
Has it been a good week for you?
Yeah, I think it's been a pretty good week. We've got, I think at this time of the recording, we've done the snowball crawl. We're not gonna talk about it yet.
No, we'll bring that up later.
Bring that up. We'll bring that. We're recovering still, is what it is. It's like day after, so we're still recovering. We'll talk about it later. But there has been some news. Well, I'd say news, but I would say controversy. Revolving a Disney movie.
Oh, Disney! Here we go. Yeah. My wheelhouse.
That's your wheelhouse. I know this
going
is
from porn to Disney.
There are two things you want to talk about. That is the greatest. Also, segue. Yeah. We talked about porn first, and then immediately go to Disney.
Speaking of fleshlights,
yeah,
a whole new world.
Fleshlights, Mickey Mouse. Oh,
don't you dare close your eyes.
So I think that was a line in porno videos. So, okay, so there's been a big controversy. I'd say controversy. I think it's just people being like super shitty and just wanting some reason to be mad.
I think I know where you're going with this.
I'm talking about Aladdin.
I've seen the memes.
There's a new trailer for the new live action Aladdin movie, which looks pretty good. I kind of like the way it's looking. I like the way the actor looks, plays Aladdin. even Jafar, they got Iago, all that nonsense and everything like that. However, Will Smith has been cast as the Genie, and they finally showed what he looks like in the movie, and the memes are on fire right now. Like, it's insane.
I love the memes.
What are your thoughts on the Will Smith, the way he looks as the Genie?
Honestly, I thought it was fine. Like, everybody in the world has seen the animated Disney classic Aladdin. Robin Williams played the Genie. He was great. There's no argument there. But he's a giant blue guy. When they announced years ago that they were doing a live-action Aladdin film, I was concerned. I was trying to figure out how they were going to do Genie. Because he was like a floating apparition almost the whole time.
He was like a ghost.
Yeah,
almost.
he had legs at times, like when he had to for the scenes. Yeah. But I was like, how are they going to pull this off? And then I knew they'd been having Will Smith cast in this role for a while now. I saw the trailer. We'll post a link to the trailer onto our Facebook page. And I didn't think too much of it. I was actually like, oh, that's kind of cool. Good.
Do you think it would have been better if they would have decided to not make him blue and just make him look like Will Smith, but as a Genie?
No, people would have lost their fucking minds. Then you would have had, he's supposed to be a blue guy meme. You would have had that then.
I'm not going to lie. When I first saw it and I first saw Will Smith as the Genie, it looked weird to me. And it's not... honestly, I don't think it was the blue thing. If you look at his head, next time you watch the trailer, look at Will Smith's head. For some reason, his head looks super fucking weird. Like, it almost looks bigger than it should be. I don't know what it is about that. Maybe it's because, like, the bald cap with, like, because, you know, Genie, they gave him, like, that wig, that little ponytail, like
the tossle.
the tossle, whatever you want to call it, where it's like basically his head is entirely bald with one ponytail. Yeah. It was like that, but for some reason, it looks so fucking weird. And I think... Also, like, I could be wrong, but proportions looked a little off to me. Like, it looked like Will Smith has always been an in-shape, like, you know, toned-up, muscular guy. And in this one, I don't really know if it's Will Smith. Maybe he's been doing some different kind of workout, but it looked like his torso was bigger than it should have been in proportion to everything else.
Okay.
It looked wider. It looked wider is what it looked.
I'm going to add here. So... First of all, it's a teaser, right? It wasn't even the full trailer.
Well, okay. Well, then then let's veer off on a short tangent. What's the difference between a teaser and a trailer?
Teaser, you only get a very small sampling. The trailer, you actually get quite a bit more. It's longer. You see more characters. It even gives you a little bit of the story, so you kind of know.
But yet,
I like teasers. I hate trailers.
So would you argue then that all Marvel trailers are teasers now? Because for the most part, Marvel trailers these days, unless they're promoting a brand new medium like Captain Marvel, like all the trailers are borderline teasers because like Endgame. Those trailers have all been basically teasers. And that movie's going to be coming out in a few months.
Yeah.
So...
Disney is an exception to the rule. Because Disney...
Of course it is.
Because Disney just owns everything. But, like, we talked about this on the show before when we brought up one of your favorite films of all time, Terminator Genesis. How...
Oh, yeah, because I love that movie.
No,
with
you
my
hate
whole
that
heart.
movie. You shit on that movie.
Yeah,
I don't think it was that bad, but... We're not going to get into that. We're going to open that can of worms. But when that movie was first coming out, you and I were both excited. The teaser was released, and that's where you saw the scene with John
Connor?
Nope.
Who are you talking about the actor or character?
Nope, the character.
Reese.
Kyle Reese.
Thank you. Yes.
Kyle Reese blasts through the door, and instead of him saying, "Come with me if you want to live," it was Khaleesi who said it to him, you know?
Yeah.
Which was really cool. It was like mind-blowing. And that's all they showed you in the teaser. And you and I were so excited. And then a couple months later, the trailer came out. And the trailer gave away all the spoilers. It gave out the spoiler that John Connor from the future was actually a Terminator. And, like, why did they have to tell us that in the trailer? Like, I would have loved to have seen that in the movie itself. And I listened to a podcast, and there's apparently a company It's a marketing company that does trailers, and the directors hate that, but the studios, they want to get their idea out there to get more people in. So it's a fight between the studio and the directors constantly. Disney doesn't have that problem because Disney is fucking Disney, and they can get away with that. But your example of Captain Marvel is perfect because it's a new medium. They want to introduce people. They had a teaser, and then a couple months later they came out with a trailer. The trailer is on our TV right now, and it explains a lot of the movie. They don't have to do that with Avengers because everybody in the fucking world has at least seen one of the Avengers movies. They kind of have an idea know what's going on, so they don't have to give away too many spoilers.
So then you would argue then they don't need to do a Aladdin trailer because everybody should know what the fuck Aladdin is.
But it's completely different. They want to get...
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
The story may be the same, but people wanted to see this. People wanted to see what Will Smith looked like. But I'm going to digress here because being the Disney guy I am, I can get some of your arguments here. You said his chest was bigger?
It felt like not his chest, but like his entire torso. It felt a little bit wider.
I want you to think back. I want you to picture the animated Genie, Robin Williams. His fucking whole upper body is huge.
But that's because it was a cartoon.
Well,
Aladdin's upper body wasn't Jafar's upper body, wasn't Jasmine's upper body, wasn't the Sultan's upper body wasn't. He was just a big fat guy. Like the only people
fat guy.
There were two characters who had big wide chests. The Genie and the one guard you see at the beginning of the movie that was leading the other guards. Those are the only two characters that had big wide chests.
He was supposed to look buff and look big and strong.
But it doesn't mean you need to do that with the live-action Genie.
But again, I say the internet would have slayed them for not staying true to the original, what people love.
If we're going to go based on that argument, the internet would slay anything, and so why do we have any arguments to begin with?
My next piece is, you said you didn't like the proportions, you didn't like the way he looked. So we just saw the teaser. I don't know what to take. But for me, my opinion is the scene that they showed of Will Smith is the very first scene when Aladdin rubs the lamp for the first time.
It is.
And he comes out for the very first time. 10,000 years give you such a crick in the neck. I think it's that scene.
Yeah.
And if you think back to the cartoon, the Genie came out as this giant, massive, floating... Aladdin was this tiny little guy compared to the Genie. Now, as the movie goes on... Genie's all powerful. He can change his size. So he shrinks down to the same size as Aladdin for much of the movie. But the first scene, he is just impressive and massive. And that's what you're seeing, that scene. So that is why Will Smith looks so massive compared to the little Aladdin. But I think if you see more of the movie, he'll be regular proportion.
I understand what you're saying, and you're talking in proportion to everybody else.
Yes.
I'm talking about in proportion to himself.
But we don't know.
He looked...
Yes, he might look okay.
It looked just, and I'm willing to give if they put out another trailer that's new, like their next trailer. I'm willing to I'm not making any judgment for the movie. I'm not making. It's just the one scene with Will Smith as a Genie. The proportions compared to himself seemed like somebody fucked up the CGI. Is what I'm saying. It seemed like somebody screwed up the CGI and didn't understand what his body should look like compared to the rest of his body. Like his head looked almost like a little bit bigger than it should have been. His body looked wider than the rest of it, than proportion for the rest of his body. It just and it's very subtle. It's very subtle what it is, but it looked weird to me when I looked at it. I didn't have a problem with the blue. I don't give a shit about the fucking blue. Who gives a flying fuck? I don't care. Like the blue doesn't bother me. It was just weirdly proportioned. I think it was a CGI. Somebody fucked up the CGI a little bit on that one. Maybe it's like an early rendering or something like that. I don't know, but
I think you're being a little too critical too early. I think it's kind of we're at a wait and see moment. I think we need a bigger sampling size before we should rush to judgment. Oh, yeah. You're absolutely allowed to have your opinion, and that's fine. I'm just going to reserve my opinion for a later date till I see much more of it.
I am more than willing to have my opinion, and I'm more than willing to change my opinion later on if something else changes. Now, that's one piece of is there something else you want to talk about Aladdin?
I was just going to say that on those, I'm pretty sure Aladdin opens on my daughter's birthday weekend.
Oh, shit.
And she loves the cartoon, and she actually watched the trailer with me, and she lost her mind. So I'm probably going to go see it on opening weekend. So that'll be exciting. I watched that trailer with her, and I also watched the Frozen 2 trailer that she went crazy
Which is the other
about.
one I want to. I do want to talk about the Frozen 2 trailer real quick.
Okay.
As you know, I was never a fan of the first Frozen movie. I did not like it. I did not think it was very good.
I love it. I think it's
The
excellent.
music was great. But the story and everything, I was kind of like, eh. And it had nothing to do with the fact that it was like two sister princesses like having love. It had nothing to do with that. I just thought the story was garbage. I thought it was shit.
You're not alone. There's actually a lot of people, and there's huge Disney fans. There are huge Disney fans that I know, that I'm friends with, that they don't like Frozen. I wouldn't say they hate Frozen, but they don't like it. They think it's overhyped. Because Frozen...
it is overhyped.
But Frozen was a phenomenon. It was the biggest movie for 2 or 3 years there. My kids still watch Frozen. They still love Frozen. So there's some Disney fans, the true blue, if you will, Disney fans, that thought all these posers, all these non-Disney fans are jumping on the Disney bandwagon because of this hit Frozen movie. But meanwhile, we're the true Frozen fans here. We were here for Treasure Planet.
Because I forgot
we were here for the sword and the motherfucking stone.
I forgot that Disney was so small that,
we can tell you who
produced on the bandwagon.
We can tell you who produced The Rescuers.
Who produced The Rescuers?
I don't know.
Oh, well then.
I'm not
there
those
you
people.
Go. There you go.
Believe me, you think I know a lot about Disney? These people I'm friends with put me to shame. I never win Disney Trivia Night that I play online. That's neither here nor there. But I love Frozen. It's one of my favorite Disney movies of all time. It's not my favorite, but it's probably... I don't even think it's top 5, but it's definitely top 10 all time. I love it. I'm very excited for Frozen 2. That's another one I'm more than likely going to see in the theater. So, the trailer. You want to discuss it?
Trailer. I thought the trailer for this movie is actually pretty interesting. Here's why. It's my thought process for any lighthearted movie that makes a sequel of this nature. It always kind of grabs me a little bit. This trailer looked like the movie was going to be a little bit darker. It looked like it was going to be a little bit darker, a little more adult-oriented.
Can I add something here?
Hold on a second. I'll let you in a second. It looked like it was going to be darker, a little more adult-oriented. It looked like there's going to be a lot more drama and story elements and things like that happening.
I just don't want you to steal my thunder.
Go ahead.
I watched it with my family, and we finished it. I watched it 3 times in a row. And my wife, Kristen, she says to me, she goes, "Is this the trailer for Frozen 2, or is this animated Game of Thrones?" Because I was like, wow, that's really fucking accurate.
Yeah.
Like, you got her blonde hair, like, running on the fucking beach. And
it's a dark beach. It's a dark, stormy night.
Like, they pull the sword out at the end. Like, yeah. I'm like, what the fuck? Do you remember the teaser? This is the teaser. Again, it's teaser. Do you remember the teaser for the first Frozen movie?
No, I don't remember
Okay, I want you to go back and watch it when you get a second. Everybody listening, watch the first teaser. It had Olaf the snowman, and he's standing on the bank of a frozen pond, and he sneezes, and his carrot nose goes flying out into the middle on the ice, and on the other end, you see Sven, the reindeer, and he sees the carrot. And the whole trailer, or the whole teaser, is Olaf on one side trying to race to get his nose back, and Sven the reindeer trying to race to beat him to it to eat the carrot. It was the stupidest fucking thing.
Yeah.
When I first saw it, I remember thinking to myself, this movie looks stupid. About a snowman and a reindeer, and then the movie had nothing to do about that. That scene wasn't even in the movie. It was totally and the movie was great. Now, the second teaser for the sequel comes out, and it looks bad fucking ass.
It actually looks pretty epic. It actually looks like there's something epic happening. There's something substantial happening. Like, I want to see, what's the name of their kingdom?
Arendelle.
I want to see Arendelle go to war with another kingdom. That's what I want to see.
I
want to see these motherfuckers go to war.
So in the first film, you got Prince Hans of the Southern Isles. He tries to have a coup and take over Arendelle.
Hans, German fucking name. Of course.
Of course, right. So he gets thwarted and he has to go back to the Southern Isles. I thought about this. I'm like, dude, Arendelle, led by Queen Elsa, they could fucking mow down the Southern Isles and they could take all of Europe. They could conquer the world. She can create motherfucking life. She creates those giant snowman soldiers by the millions.
Yeah.
And send them into battle with ice freaking swords, killing these opposing soldiers, and they can't die. They're big fucking mountains of snow. The real soldiers of Arendelle don't even have to fucking fight Adam.
What real soldiers? What are you talking about?
They're a kingdom. They have to have some kind of military.
They're like royal guards. I didn't see any fucking soldiers, though.
Well, they don't fucking need them. She could send an army of 1 million snow monsters, and she could take over the entire world.
I don't know about 1 million.
What's to stop her? What's there to stop her from making $1 trillion?
Well, what's her to stop her from running across that fucking ocean? She failed 3 times in that trailer. So, which, by the way, look, it was badass. Can I ask this, though? What was the point of that scene?
We don't know, Adam. We don't know.
But do you think that scene's going to, like, in context from what you know of Frozen, what is the point of her trying to run across the water?
I don't think they're in Arendelle anymore. I think they're in some foreign...
Hey, Olaf. I don't think we're in Arendelle anymore.
Yeah, I think they've left their kingdom. I think there's someplace new. I don't know much about it other than that. And I'm excited to learn more about it. It's fascinating. But Jesus, if she wanted to, man, I'm telling you, she could mount a Fourth Reich and just oh man, it'd be nuts. How do you stop her?
What if that's a movie? What that would be okay. Concept time. It would be amazing if she went nuts. So, Elsa's her name, right? Elsa goes nuts.
Should be a queen in there somewhere.
Because of her powers, she goes fucking insane, and she realizes, oh, this Hans person tried to do like a coup and try to take over my kingdom. It's time we took them out before they came after us. And it's up to all the other characters, the main characters, the sister and the boyfriend, all that shit, to try and stop her, because she's a fucking warmonger now. Like, she creates the million ice monsters and decides to go to war with the world.
And she likes it.
Yes, exactly. That's the Frozen 2 I want to see.
Maybe that's Frozen 3. Who knows?
Maybe.
But it's just nuts, man. I think it looked really cool. I think the trailer looked like Kristen said. She's like, is this Game of Thrones? Are they animating it? Because I'm like, wow. That's incredibly accurate. Like, the main character is this blonde, beautiful warrior now, and you've seen the other characters. Like, just when at the very end, when Anna pulls the sword on whatever entity is behind them, you don't even see it. On that part, I
bet you that's not going to be a scene in the movie. I bet you that's for the audience. That was because she attacked the camera. So I bet you that scene is just for the trailer.
Maybe.
I would be surprised.
But it was still pretty fucking cool.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I'm going to go see that one, too. Good job, Disney. Excited.
So have you seen the new trailer for Dumbo?
The live-action Dumbo.
Yeah, the live-action Dumbo.
With, what I thought was cool about it, it's directed by Tim Burton.
Yeah.
And it's starring Michael Keaton and Danny DeVito. And I'm like, is it Batman Returns?
Yeah, I was going to say, like, it's a very Batman Returns
very
right there.
Batman Returns, which I would be okay with. But yes, I thought it was good.
Now, I don't remember the original Dumbo movie very well.
I do.
Like, I know I've seen it a few times, but I haven't seen it since I was, like, a little kid. Do you think they're going to have the racist crows in this movie?
So, they're very racist.
Super racist.
The one crow, I believe his name was even Jim. As in Jim Crow.
Yeah.
And they definitely had black sense. Is that what you call it, black scent?
I would say they acted like
a black
generic
accent.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Think they'll have racist crows in there?
I don't know.
They gotta be authentic. They gotta be authentic. Come on.
It's unfortunate that scene existed how it did, yes. Because the song, I like the song they sing. I seen a horse fly, I seen a dragon fly, I seen a house fly, but they don't mean about anything till I see an elephant fly.
It's kind of the theme song of the movie almost. Like it's borderline the theme song of the movie. Like that's a good song. Like if you think about songs Disney, like, oh, what's like a Dumbo song? You'd think, oh, I ain't seen an elephant
Jr. coming down the tracks with the smoky stack.
Nope, don't remember that one. I remember the elephant flying one though.
It's a good movie. I like it. That scene really doesn't hold up today.
No
At
shit.
all. Dumbo's from like the 1940s. I mean, I'm not going to use that as an excuse for racism, but I'm using it as an excuse for racism.
Kind of, yeah, a little bit.
But I don't think they will have a racist, horrible scene like that in the movie. I just hope they keep that song somehow because it is a good song.
Yeah. I mean, I saw the trailer and I didn't look like I saw... I mean, how much singing can be like really done in the movie? Because it didn't look like there were any animals talking. It looked like it was a movie. What it looked like to me when I saw the trailer was a movie about live action people that had a circus and they had a special elephant that could fly.
Yeah.
It didn't look like it was a trailer about an elephant that was born special, can fly, and he's stuck in a circus like doing tricks just trying to get by. Like,
you do know,
where's the
Dumbo,
mouse?
Timothy Mouse, yeah.
Yeah.
Dumbo didn't speak.
Yeah, I know, but like other animals did.
Dumbo, here's a fun fact. I actually got in my Disney trivia that I play. I got this one right and some other people missed it. Dumbo is obviously the lead character.
Yeah.
By lead character, I mean the movie is named after you. Think of all the Disney movies that's the movie's named after the lead character. It's the only one that doesn't speak.
Yeah.
Is Dumbo. Bambi speaks. All of them do. Other animals is what I mean. Dumbo does not speak. But you've got Timothy Mouse. Timothy Mouse arguably was one of my favorite characters in that movie.
He's kind of the voice for Dumbo.
He
Almost.
speaks for Dumbo. He definitely does. Like Jiminy Cricket was Pinocchio's conscience, I would argue that Timothy Mouse plays that same role for Dumbo. I like him a lot. I did not see him in the teaser. Was it a teaser or a trailer?
Looked like a trailer. It
It
was pretty long. It was pretty long. It looked like a trailer. They had a lot of content in it. To be honest with you, the only animals I saw were Dumbo and his mother. Those are the only animals I actually saw.
Baby mine, don't you cry. Oh, that scene. Waterworks every time.
Yeah, but are none of the animals going to talk in this movie? That's my curiosity, because it didn't seem like they showed any animals. Okay, we saw the Lion King trailer. There were no talking animals in the Lion King trailer.
Just a teaser. Yeah.
Just teaser.
Right.
But we know for a fact they're going to talk because it's
There's
a movie.
No people in it.
There's a movie about the CGI animals. They have to talk. But in this case, it seemed like if you watch a trailer, the trailer kind of starts whenever they first discover that Dumbo has this special ability. It's because the kids are there with Dumbo and they're doing something to Dumbo, give him a feather.
Those kids weren't in the cartoon.
Exactly.
They're new characters.
So
right?
To me, honestly, this movie seems like it's almost about the family that owns the circus, and Dumbo's kind of I'm not gonna say a secondary character, but he's not the main character of the movie. It doesn't seem like it's about Dumbo.
There has to be a villain. There has to be a protagonist and an antagonist. I don't know if it's going to be Danny DeVito. He was kind of like the ringmaster. Yeah. He had the top hat on.
There was another character in there that was not Michael Keaton. That was somebody else that it looked like might be the antagonist.
Was it,
I can't remember.
Helena Bonham Carter in that movie?
I don't remember. I'd have to look at it. I only
look at
saw
the
it
Internet
once.
Movie Database because I don't have my phone. But she was married. I don't know if she still is, but she was married to Tim Burton. And she's been in a lot of his films. You know who she is.
Yeah.
She was in the Harry Potter films, and she's pretty great.
Yeah.
I thought maybe she was going to be in it too. Maybe
it
not.
Looks like it. I mean, she's in every single Tim Burton.
She was married to Tim Burton. She might still
be. Exist. So if it's a Tim Burton movie, it's hard to say that she's not going to be in it. I'm looking right now at IMDb, and
maybe she's not in it.
I mean, I'm not seeing her name, but I didn't look at full cast.
She should be toward the top. So maybe she's not in it. I just assume Tim Burton puts her in everything. So
I mean, he does. So yeah. I don't know. It looked okay, but it didn't seem to me like it's a Dumbo movie. It looked like a circus movie with Dumbo in it. That's what it looked like to me. So, to be honest with you, I'm not really excited to see it. I'm not really all that pumped to see it. I'm like, whatever.
I am, but it's Disney, so
well, of course, Disney.
Got some hard Disney talk.
Disney could put out a movie about a floating turd for 2 hours, and you'd be like, "Did you see that floating turd movie? That was so fucking epic! It broke so many boundaries." So,
I don't know if I'd go that far, but
but I don't know. It just didn't seem. It didn't grab me. I guess.
I didn't watch the new Kim Possible movie, so there's that.
Is there a trailer after that?
It was I think it came out already.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't honestly like. I heard rumors about that. I thought they were rumors.
Live action.
I didn't know.
Did you watch the cartoon?
I saw a couple episodes, but it wasn't like my thing.
It was pretty pop. Me neither. But it was pretty popular in its day. But people were shitting all over that on the internet.
Well, duh. Because like with Kim Possible, you're taking a cartoon, and you're taking a. I don't know. Like it's one thing if you take a Disney movie, like an old Disney movie from like when you were 6, 7, 8 years old, and you redo it and do it into like a updated, remastered, live action kind of bonanza movie. It's another thing if you take something from like when you were in your teens, like a well-beloved cartoon that you liked in your teens, and you're like, we're gonna do like a movie with that right now. Because those, like, to be honest with you, like when you think about like a show like that, and you say like, oh, we're gonna translate into a movie, it's like you're gonna fuck it up. Because there's no way you're going to do it right. So, I mean, we'll see. I haven't seen the trailer for that at all. So, probably not one of those movies that's going to be on my radar too strongly to see, but, you know.
Well, there's another thing. We briefly brought up Harry Potter, and we were also talking about the live action Aladdin memes that are out there. I wanted to mention 2 of them, and they're very, like, stark contrast of each other, but I liked both of them. Do you know the scene in Harry Potter? I think it was the very last movie. You know, like Harry and Hermione and Ron are off gallivanting all around, like destroying Horcruxes, trying to find, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then they break back into Hogwarts at the very end to like have the big battle.
Yeah.
And the scene where they're in like the Great Hall, and he's like hiding amongst the other students, and Snape, who is now the headmaster, is like standing in front of the thing, and Harry like sneaks by, and he goes, points at him and goes, "How dare you stand where he stood?" You know that scene?
Yeah.
It showed Harry pointing, saying, "How dare you stand where he stood?" And below it, it shows Will Smith as the genie. It made me laugh.
There's a lot of really great movies out there. There's a few from, I saw an Arrested Development meme where it's the God, I can never remember the actor's name. But he plays like he kind of bald, wears glasses, looks like a nerdy kind of guy, and apparently like I've never seen the show, but there was a scene where he was all blue, and it was like the new Genie, and it was just him right there. So,
and I saw another one that was, it showed Robin Williams animated Genie, like with a tear, looking real sad, and the words next to it said, "Having a new Aladdin without Robin Williams playing the genie." And below it, it showed the same genie with like kind of like a smile with a smirk, and next to it it said, "Knowing that Robin Williams would want us all to go see the movie and enjoy it and have a good time."
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's so accurate. That's so accurate. Like, Robin Williams was such a great person. Like, he wouldn't want people to, in his name, to shit all over this film.
Yeah. I think being judgmental about a movie can hurt it and hurt everybody's perception. At the same time, though, there is some judgment that has to be passed towards a movie. You can't just like let it go free reign. You have to be critical about certain things. But to say that Will Smith is ruining the image of Robin Williams as a genie is a falsehood, in my opinion. Like that's a BS kind of statement that you're just butthurt at that point about it. So, I mean, as you say, time will tell on this one. We'll wait for the next trailers to come out. Hopefully they will come out soon. I don't remember the release date for any of these movies, but I know you said that Aladdin was coming out on one of your daughter's birthday weekends, so that'll be fun. When does that come out then? Since you know it's
I don't remember which daughter it was, so it's either April or May, because
dad of the year, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, I know my daughter's birthdays, but I don't remember which daughter's birthday it was coming out on.
That's fair.
So, okay.
That's fair. That's a fair assessment.
All right.
So I was recently listening to a podcast, and I am a fan of some of the Joe Rogan Experience podcasts. And I listened to his podcast with Elon Musk on it.
Okay.
And I'm going to say this. I don't know how much you know. Have you seen Elon Musk talking or anything like that ever in any interviews or anything? Have you ever?
Yeah, no, I've paid attention somewhat.
I have a theory about Elon Musk. Elon Musk is one of three things. He's either A, an alien, 100%.
That's probably it.
B, he is an artificial intelligence being, circa Skynet Terminator, who is just, doing his own thing. He's an AI. Or C, he is a time traveler from the future. Here's why. It seems like when I was listening to this podcast, he was extremely, I'm going to say like socially, I'm not going to say had social anxiety, but it seemed like he didn't know how to navigate the social situation very well, to the point where like when we do a podcast and we try to have a conversation, we try to like converse. Whereas like when he was on this podcast, he was asked a question and he would just like answer the question flat out and like not like go any further. He'd be like, well, yeah, this is why. And then he would stop there. So he's either an alien trying to understand human language and understand human interaction, or he's an AI doing the same thing. That is my theory. But like, have you ever heard him talk about artificial intelligence before?
Elon Musk?
Yeah.
Briefly. Not in great detail.
It's kind of scary, like, the way he talks about it. Because, like, the reason why I give the theory that he might be a time traveler is because when you listen to him talk about it, like, at all right now, the way he talks about it is, he doesn't talk about it as, like, I'm trying to warn these people, they need to take precautions. Like, he talks about it as if it's an absolute, like, if you ask him, like, well, like, did you warn these people about, artificial intelligence? Like, how did you warn them? It's like, I mean, I did what I could. I did what I had to. It's all on them at this point. Like, it's just like a weird interaction that he has. Plus, like, he's kind of an awkward guy. Like, didn't he send a car to space?
Yes, he did.
Like, was it a Tesla or was it like an old car or something? Do you know?
I'm pretty sure it was a Tesla.
That's a weird.
I think it was his Tesla.
That's a weird dude.
And I think there was a robot
in the Tesla.
Yes.
Wait.
In the driver's seat. And it was playing David Bowie as it was up.
You're lying.
No, that's what
You're
happened.
serious?
Yes.
Dude's a weird dude.
Yeah. Okay, I wanted to ask you what you thought about Elon Musk. Do you like him? Do you not like him?
I like him. I do like him. He's got a lot of weird ideas. He's got a lot of, like, for example, I listened to the podcast and he was talking about how he was in traffic in LA and he was like, there's got to be a better way to do this. And a normal person like you and me is like, there's got to be a better situation for this. And we just like grump about it and like stuff like that. Elon Musk is the kind of person that's like, there's got to be a better way to this. And he thinks about it, he's like, I know, we'll build tunnels. And so he's like, I'm building tunnels in LA now.
Yeah.
And like Joe Rogan was asking like, well, how does like one go about the process of like, who do you talk to about like building tunnels? Like, do you just go up to like somebody like and just say, hey, I want to build a tunnel? Like, he's like, yeah, I just built a pit. He's like, this whole tunnel is just a big pit. And like that was his big thing. Is like he just like if you took a shot every time he said pit in that conversation, you'd be dead. Because literally like every time Joe Rogan would ask him like, well, like who do you like, how do you, is there like an administrative kind of thing you have to go? He's like, no, you tell me you're gonna build a big pit and you just build a pit. And I'm like, who the fuck thinks of that shit? Like, it's so weird. I like the guy. I like that he exists. I like that he is an innovator. I don't want him running a country though. I don't want him running a country.
Is he talking about it?
No, but I'm just saying, like, if there was ever an option for like Elon Musk running a country, I'd like him to advise a leader, but not run the country himself. So,
here's my thoughts on Elon Musk.
Go ahead.
When he first came onto the national scene, at least on a large scale that we became aware of him, probably with the majority, I loved some of his ideas. He came out with the Tesla car. I love the Tesla. It's an electric, environmentally friendly vehicle, which is great. I don't think we can argue with that.
Yeah.
I like the way they look. I want a Tesla. I actually went to a Tesla dealership, way out of my price range. Some of them are affordable, but I just
They're
like
expensive.
I like looking at them. But I love the idea of the Tesla. Secondly, SpaceX. I mean, space exploration. You and I are Trekkies. We love the idea of space exploration. I remember being a kid in probably the 5th or 6th grade, taking a field trip to the Pittsburgh Carnegie Science Center, and they had a Mars display. And we're looking at all this Martian stuff. And I remember one of the people who were doing the demonstration to us, they said, hey, by the time you're 30, 40, we're going to be on Mars. They lied, because that didn't happen.
Well, you're not 40 yet. You said 30 or 40.
But it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
Probably not, no.
And it's unfortunate. And the reason it is because our government, especially the Republicans, they cut funding to NASA by so much. NASA does not have the funding that it used to have to do these great innovative things that NASA has given us. So what happens, Elon Musk makes SpaceX his own private space exploration. And what was he able to do? He was able to fly into space and then turn around and re-land his motherfucking rocket.
And then send it out again.
Like, that's some Star Trek shit.
It is. Well, like, space exploration was never going to be a governmental thing. It was always going to be a private business thing. It was always going to be private companies doing that.
Tell that to the Federation.
Well, TV show.
That's what I
my
want.
argument.
That's what I'm
my
going
argument.
off of.
Do you want the government to be... Okay, here's the question. Do you want corporations to control space exploration or the government to control space exploration?
So you're saying our alternatives are Star Trek, where the government controls it, or Alien, where it's the corporations that
Pretty much, yeah.
I take Star Trek over Alien.
But here's the thing. The whole government controlling a thing, it could either veer into Star Trek territory or Starship Troopers territory. There's a chance. It's a 50-50 chance that it gets split off if you do it that way.
Or you elect a Trump and you get Star Wars, so you get the Empire.
Or that, yeah. And Space Force leading the charge. So, but that's your kind of thing. But those are your options. You either have the government or the private corporation do it, and if you have the government do it, you have a 50-50 shot of it being Starship Troopers or Star Trek. So,
well, it's neither here nor there. Elon Musk did some things that I really enjoyed him. I really liked him. Then, all of a sudden, I think I came to the realization that the dude's actually batshit crazy.
Oh, if owning people that smart can be that crazy, though. If you're, like, you can't be that smart and not be that crazy.
There's a difference between
like
crazy and eccentric. And it's okay to be eccentric, but he's gone overboard, I think. So, Tesla, I was raving about how great Tesla are. Well, then, if he's such a brilliant scientist and businessman and has all this money, he had to lay off like 75% of his workforce. Did you know that?
No, but
he had to cut so many people who worked for Tesla lost their jobs, and I thought that just sucked of him. Secondly, he took his fucking car and put it in space. That's just nuts. He did it. Why? Because he fucking could. No reason. Well, there was no science behind this. He just wanted to prove that he could do something weird like that.
But that's a quirkiness of its own. Like, all right, the first thing where he had to lay off employees, that sounds like a business decision. It's not batshit insane. That's a business decision. It sucks. It's horrible. But it sounds like that was simply just like a business decision he had to make. When it comes to the car thing, if you had the ability to do crazy, if you had all the money in the world, and you had the ability to do crazy amounts of shit just for shits and giggles, wouldn't you do it? I fucking would. I would just do nutter butter shit just for shits and giggles sometimes.
I
would absolutely.
I would do...
Give me $5 billion and you will see me in the news every week doing something new that's insane.
Give me $5 billion and I'm going to help the people of Flint actually have drinking water.
Good for you. I'm going to send cars into space.
Okay. So, to each his own, I guess. And then
I'm going to create a giant TV screen that floats in space so that we could all watch a Super Bowl across the country.
Jeez, I just hope it's not as bad as the last Super Bowl.
And then when the Super Bowl's done, I'm just gonna let it float off somewhere and just let it do its thing. Not keep it in orbit. Let it float off. Why? Because I fucking can.
So, and then the other thing he did that I want to talk about before we move on. You hear about his flamethrower? You know about the flamethrower?
No, it's not a flamethrower. It's not a
fucking flamethrower.
It's not a flamethrower, though.
What is it?
It's called not a flamethrower.
But it's a flamethrower.
But for legal purposes, it's called not a flamethrower because you can't legally sell a flamethrower, so he labeled it not a flamethrower. Because technically, it's not a flamethrower. It's a blowtorch with some modifications to it. So it's technically not a official flamethrower. So that's why he can say not a flamethrower. But it is a flamethrower.
And he wanted to market them to average everyday Joes. He wants a flamethrower in everybody's hand.
I heard him tell I don't know how true it is. I heard him tell that, maybe I misheard it, but I heard him tell the story about it on the podcast. He was talking about how he was selling merchandise, and the only merchandise he had time to sell was a hat. He had like a hat that he was selling on his website, and he sold out of it. So like a normal person would like restock that hat, and instead he was like, well, we sold out of it, let's just find something new to sell. And his brain was like, what if we just sold like a flamethrower? And then that's what it became. And then he sold a flamethrower. And that's how it was. So I'd say that's pretty eccentric.
That's not normal. That's not a normal thing people do.
But it's like I said, when you're that smart and you've got that much money, you have no chance of being like a normal person. It was an interesting podcast. I'm gonna say that it was an interesting podcast. It started rough, but it got really interesting. But yeah, like it's literally called not a flamethrower. That's the name of it, not a flamethrower. It's so that they could legally sell it in this one area, because there was like an area, I think it was outside the country where.
No, I'm pretty sure flamethrowers are illegal.
Huh?
I think flamethrowers. I could be wrong, but I think flamethrowers are banned.
They are banned.
Yes,
but that's why he called it not a flamethrower.
Exactly.
And it's not like a military flamethrower. It's a blowtorch modified, so it's not a flamethrower.
I've seen the video. I've seen the videos. It throws fire. It propels fire forward.
Then it's just like a modified lighter. It's a big lighter, is what it is.
I'm very leery of Elon Musk. We'll keep our eye on this fella. This crazy young upstart.
I don't know. I like it. Speaking of, I'm not gonna say celebrity stuff. Speaking of weird, not even weird stuff, interesting things. Have you heard of and this is gonna be a borderline political conversation, but it's not gonna be it's not gonna be a controversial one. I don't think. I want to talk about somebody who I enjoy. There's one politician out there who I've actually become a bit of a fan of. His name is Pete, is it Pete? Yeah, the Pete.
You must really like him.
Pete. His last name's weird. Buttigieg. Pete Buttigieg. I think it's how you pronounce it. I could be wrong. He's doing an exploratory campaign right now to become president of the United States. He is currently the mayor of South Bend, Indiana, and he is. Guess how old he is?
35?
37.
Oh,
2 years off. 2 years off. Close. 2 years off. Yeah. 37 years old. I am kind of a fan of this guy. Like, I've only had a small sampling of him, but I've watched a few interviews, but I'm kind of a fan of this guy. Let me tell you why I like this guy. Not just the simple fact of his age, but there's a couple other reasons. He's a military veteran, so he understands, what it's like to be in the military. So I always think that's a good quality in a commander-in-chief, a president. But most importantly, I think the reason why I like him is because he's kind of a no-nonsense politician. Like, when you have your classic politicians being asked questions, he normally, like a politician will get asked a question, they'll tiptoe around the question without actually answering it. This dude is like a no-nonsense kind of dude. Whenever you ask him a question, and he just fucking answers it. Like you ask him a question about this situation is going in here. How would you resolve this? He'd be like, well, first we would do this, and then we would do this. I think it's important that we, remember this about this. So we would do this and that. And, I think the plan would be to do this. Like, he just talks like a regular guy, and he's like, let me just answer the question instead of fucking bullshitting you around. I think that's probably the biggest reason why I'm a fan of him. We'll see how his campaign goes, if he gets more popularity and he becomes, I don't know, what do you think of a person. I was gonna ask a question, but I already know how you're gonna say it. You're like, well, it's better than where we are right now. But I was gonna ask you, like, what do you think of like the experience of a mayor being stepped up all the way to a president?
We've had former mayors be president before. I think Teddy Roosevelt.
Was he?
Yeah. I know Rudy Giuliani, who now works for the Trump campaign. He was the mayor of New York City, and he ran for president. He lost in the primary, but I think he did pretty well in some of the primary states. Yeah, I'm not against a mayor running for president. They have some executive experience. I would say a mayor and a governor have executive experience better than like a senator or a congressman.
Yeah.
Because they, vote in Congress, whereas a governor is the equivalent of a president for a state, and a mayor is the equivalent of a president for a city. So I'm okay with it. At this point, you're absolutely right. You nailed it. I would take anybody over Donald Trump. And that's how I'm playing it cool for the primary. I want there to be 40 different Democrats running for president in the primary. In 2016, I used to make fun of the Republican primaries. I called them the clown car. Because I don't know if you remember, when they had the Republican debates, they had to divide it up into two. Because they had like 18 people on stage. So they divided up into 9 and 9. Do you remember they did this?
Yeah, I remember.
There was so many Republicans running. And there was like 3, maybe 4 Democrats running. And there's only 2 that mattered. Bernie and Hillary. And it was just like a big joke that the Republicans had all these terrible candidates running for president. And I laughed about it. I called them the clown car. And what happened? Trump won. So now I'm like, okay, I guess doing it that way really worked for them. Because they were attacking each other. You heard what Trump said about Jeb Bush and Ted Cruz and how he just attacked people. You heard about what John Kasich said about Donald Trump. They were going at each other's throats. I'm sitting back with the rest of the Democrats laughing at it. But it seemed to work. Trump attacking all the other Republicans almost made him better. Drummed up more support for him. So now I want the Democrats to field as many as they can. Let them just go crazy. Buck wild. And when the dust settles, whoever is the candidate who is going to face Trump, that's my guy or girl.
It's interesting. We don't talk. We try to stay away from politics lately, but
but we never do.
It's rare though when we talk about politics, we talk about something we like. Well, usually it's like a negative thing. Oh, this shit happened. Oh, this happened. Oh, we want to talk about this controversy. This is like a conversation about somebody I actually kind of enjoy. And I'm not going to say like, oh, I'm not going to endorse him. I'm not going to say, you guys should go out and vote for him and like support him and stuff. I'm just going to say, go on YouTube, look up his name, Pete Buttigieg.
How do you spell it?
You got to give me a second because I got to look it up. And I also deleted it off my memo. I think it's Buttigieg. Let me double check that. I'm pretty sure that's what it is though. Yeah, it's Buttigieg. So Pete Buttigieg. I would say go to YouTube, look him up, look up some interviews he's had, and just see what you think. One of the things I really like about him also is like he's willing to reach across the aisle. He's my kind of candidate where he's a liberal, but he's more moderate than he is anything else. Like, or at least that's what he seems like. He's willing to, if he needs to get something done, he's more than willing to, like, I'm not gonna say compromise, but discuss things with the other side of the party and try and work things out to everybody's benefit as best as it can be, which I think is something that is lacking in today's age. So, too many people I think today are my way or the highway. I think there's way too many people that are like that. So, sitting across from somebody who is kind of my way or the highway, borderline, it's fine. You are not ashamed by it, and that's fine. So,
I wear my heart on my sleeve.
Exactly.
I don't pull any punches.
I don't know. I just thought he was a cool dude. Check him out. See what you like about him.
I actually kind of like him too, Adam. I'll give you that. I do. I think he's got an uphill battle if he wants to win the Democratic nomination.
Definitely.
But I'm glad he's getting involved. I'm glad he's throwing his hat into the ring. I want to see where he goes from here. But I listened to an interview. Actually, you sent me the link of an interview. And I really agreed with a lot of the stuff he said. So we'll see. We'll see what goes from here. We'll see how it transpires.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's a pretty good show, sir. Nice, relaxing, mellow show.
Yeah.
We talked about some Disney
porn,
stuff.
politics, and Disney. It's kind of what we went with today.
Yeah. So Scott, if the people want to get a hold of For Your Distraction, want to tell us who they like as a candidate, what they think of the Disney trailers or their favorite porn videos, how can they get a hold of us?
Well, you can send us an email, foryourdistraction@gmail.com. You can also tweet us on Twitter @podcastfyd, or you can find us on there by searching for Your Distraction and following us. You can find us on the Facebook, the Book of Faces. You can search for Your Distraction on there, like us. We always post links to our latest shows. I always like to share interesting articles that I come across there too, so it's a good medium to follow us on. If you want to listen to the show, there's several different ways. We are on SoundCloud. You can search for Your Distraction on there, and you can subscribe to us and all of our latest shows. When Adam uploads them, they'll pop right up to you on there. We are on iTunes. Again, you can search for Your Distraction. Subscribe to us there. You can rate us, write us a little review. We are a member of the Be Real Podcasting Network. Head on over to Podbean. You can get the Podbean app and search for Movie Guys Podcast. They're one of our sister shows on the Be Real Network. It's kind of like our official, unofficial hub there. But they post all of our latest shows, their latest shows, and a couple other shows that come from our network. So that's Movie Guys Podcast on Podbean. You can find us on there.
So while you were giving our nice little outro, I perused YouTube and I watched the Kim Possible trailer because I was like, oh, I didn't know they were doing a movie about this. Let me check it out. It looks fucking horrible. Yeah. It looks terrible, horrible. Yeah. Granted, I didn't know this. It is a made for Disney TV movie.
Yeah, it's a Disney Channel original. I didn't specify that.
I didn't know that. But even for that, it looks fucking horrible.
Yeah.
So,
well,
I'm not gonna call or beep or any of that bullshit.